So I want to know that I want to be impressed. That's which I want to post on IG. Can you see this person today? Yes. Best student of the, and there's actually there's something for, we'll announce that one as time goes on. For it's not competition. Oh wait. I'm just telling you that it's not competition. In fact, don't worry. In fact, don't worry. So I'm not, because if I say anything now, you start to compete. I'm not telling you to compete. Before you say please. You know, say Shebi, you cannot read that. Please, anybody ask you a question, share ideas. So that is what will make you the best student here. Is when school exam. When school, to do this is adult education. So we're here as we are finishing. Even if it's say if you take 18 minutes of your time every day to study something, you become a master of it. Even if it's 20, 30 minutes, just browse through. You finish class today. You've learned about ISO, you learned about, okay, why is the ISO important? Before we start to dwell into camera. So once you understand, that's why I'm doing the theory class for 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks. This week, this today, and next week. Because I want you to understand the basics. A lot of photographers nowadays, a lot of videographers nowadays, they just know, where is S-Log? Okay, set camera, this. If you take them to an international standard, all of them will be looking like, or there are periods when I've gone to shoot where camera will fuck off. Okay, no fuck off on national TV. Camera will misbehave, light will misbehave, but because I understand what I'm doing, I understand every basic, I will just carry, this is okay, this is what I'm doing, That's how you grow. Not don't be quick to, let me give you one thing. Don't be quick to take a picture. I'm a kind of photographer that I make sure that my process is perfect before my production, before my post-production. So I don't like all those we'll fix in post. I'm not fixing for post here. If you are not getting something right, we make sure that we get it. So, and yes, thank you. If you have any questions, you can scan if you have any questions and have any reviews, you can say that guy talks too much. That girl, she's just wasting our time. So if your reviews, please, they're very, very important. Please, on the tags, just scan your tag here. Yes, it will take you to. Okay, let's do it. Since everybody's just looking at me, let's do it. Everybody, scan your. Thank you. You had this is the first session. So thank you. Scan your tags. You can see the review point. I think it's after the next class. That's when I'll tell you to review. Okay. Let's calm down. Let's calm down. Hold on.
You can add your email.
Yes.
And then ask the questions from the last session.
Yes.
We'll answer them in the group.
Yes. So thank you. After this class, just scan it. Don't lose it though. If you lose it, you cannot enter again. No. I'm just joking, Shao. If I know it. but don't lose it. Thank you.
So if you have any questions for Martha on a class session, just like put your name and email and your questions, and then you answer them in the group, individually or personally or whatever.
Oh wait, sorry. Do you have a question now?
Yeah.
Sorry, tell.
You mentioned like brands of camera. So I just want to like know like what the major differences are, like Canon, Sony.
Okay. So I'll. Oh no, you answer it now. So, award-winning. Let me hype him up very well. So let me hype him up. Award-winning UK videographer. All the way from the United of K. So let's celebrate. I'll be like church, Abby. Let's celebrate the grace upon the life of our brother. Woye, thank you very much.
Okay, yes, thank you. All right,
when did you put it?
All right, hi guys. My name is Adewoye Daniel, but prefer to be called Woye, my surname. It makes it very distinctive to know. Separate me from the other videographers in Lagos.
Not like it's a bad thing, but it's like very different from every other person. And you can be different also based on how you film, photograph, or place your subject in the frame. And that's how I like to start. I mean, Martha, yeah, I didn't even know like she's like very in depth in theoretical photography before she like came on board, and I was just like buttressing her points on videography according to what she has taught earlier, because she mentioned aperture, shutter speed, ISO, and the likes. You need those same three things. It's called like the triangle, like a triangle. If you look at the entire diagram. So as a video person or photo person, you need those three things to actually like frame and shoot properly if you need to shoot. But then there's like 1,000 things that dictates how you shoot, when you shoot, what you shoot, where you shoot, whom you shoot, and how you shoot. So I'll call that like 3 W's and 2 H, I don't know, or 4 W's and 1 H. Is there any mass comm students here? Mass comm, journalism, anybody? Nobody. Okay, so briefly, I would like to like know how we all got into photography or videography. So I'd like to know like what points brought you into, because I got into photography and videography from a point of depression. I know it's sad, but I got into it because somebody told me once, a popular artist, this is my best friend, he said, learn something nobody can take from you. At that point in time was videography. Because once I learned a new composition style, color style, bro, that's in my head. It cannot enter my head. You can't take it out. So I mean that makes me like above you and all of that. But I'd like to like go over in a few seconds on how we all like got into the media space, so I can know where to like tailor. Although I have a slide, but because I'm kind of like a natural, because I mean this is the only tattoo I have. A camera. That's the only thing I know in my entire life. So I'll be able to know where to start from, although my slides still like compensate, but I like to know where to like address everybody based on what I like to build on what Martha has said, because photography is the basis for videography. Photography is like you, videography and cinematography is like you putting photography on a steroid or a supplement, and then you send it to gym with like a workout plan per week. So you expect a result every Sunday because there's a basis, which is photography. So photography, cinematography, whatever you call it, is the basis for photography. Everything filming you see falls down, the root is down back to photography. So you might not think like you're a photographer, but the moment you are a, should I say, experienced videographer or cinematographer, that makes you a very good photographer. Because videography and cinematography is just multiple frames, should I say, multiple pictures of one scene. For example, we're in this room now, there's a class going on. He has to record, right? Now let's assume, look, he's recording. Let's assume one person has to take a picture, right, of 1 second, one frame. And it's like, from this angle, and it's like, click. That's one shot. That's photography, right? Now, in videography, you need to replicate that frame. Now, it's called a frame because if you imagine you put, this is a frame, for example, right? This has the logo of the company we're having the entire training in. This is a frame. But in videography and cinematography, this is also called a frame because you're seeing just one scene of the entire frame. Now imagine I had to work from this angle now to that entire angle. It took me like 3 seconds or 4 seconds at most to work from year to year, right? Now somebody's recording that movement from year to year. Best believe all he's doing with that camera, whether RE, red, or whatever, black magic or whatever, he's just taking pictures in seconds of me working from year to year, and that's how you come up with FPS. If you use a video, if you have videography or cinematography skills before, let me see your hands up. 1, 2, 3. Even with the phone, if you film with the phone before, it's like any content with the phone, just use your hand. Don't worry, you're a videographer, just use your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Now, if you use an iPhone, iPhone has 4K 60, 4K 30, or 1080-25. You see it on the camera settings, it's always there. Now, I'd like to break that down into simplest, how to understand what those terms mean, because those things guide how you work with a professional camera. And now, when you're doing videography, and I'll still get into my slide, I might not get into it, but I like to like make everything, since this is like an introductory session, I like to break every single thing down into the basis, so it's very clear to understand. And I'll maybe do some live practicals to understand how and to explain how some things come to be in videography and cinematography. Now, in the olden days, if you hold a camera, they call you a cameraman. I find that insulting. Anyways, yes. So don't call me a cameraman or a video man. I'm a storyteller. And under that, you have filmmaking, you have cinematography, you have videography, you have cameramen, and you have camera, you know. But then industry varies, you know, you have media and the journalism industry, they'll call you maybe a video reporter or something. There's always like a term to every single thing. But there's a basis to which if you understand how the basis works, every single thing comes in very easily, very smooth, and it comes in really handy if you understand how every basis works. Now, talking about cinematography, the difference between videography and cinematography is just one thing: purpose and intentionality. As a videographer, you can function in every. Are we recording? Sorry, you have to know these parts. I like to use the F word, sorry. Every single thing you're shooting as a videographer, you're a fucking photographer. So, because you use shutter speed, ISO, and aperture to, you know, like shape how everything looks. If you're a newbie, once your image is dark, next thing, bump ISO, you bump it. If you're lucky using Canon, you see noise. Once you're like maybe 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, you start seeing noise on your footage. If you're lucky using a Sony, let's say the A7 series or Alpha series, you get to see your image in like maybe 12,000 ISO, and then, you know, it's still looking good. But then, what is ISO? To be honest, I don't know what ISO means, full meaning. I know it's ISO, but I know how it works. So you might not know the definition or the full meaning of some stuff, but it's really important you know how they work and how important it is where you're shooting. There are times that I've shot, I don't know if they can bring on my profile right now, but I've done, there's also, I can boast and say that you've seen, let's say, 60% of what I've shot before on the internet, on the TV, or just TV or internet. You've seen what I've shot before, but you don't know it's me. I like to work like that because I like to be like anonymous. But then, when you're filming, it's a whole different scenario because photography, you have shutter speed, aperture, and ISO, fine. But in videography, you have like two parts of both. Only ISO is one. Now, what is ISO? ISO is how sensitive your camera sensor is to light. She was saying something about you removing the lens. Can I have a camera, please? Sorry. Now, this is the basic camera. You have like a speed light that works with your shutter speed. This works for photography. This works with shutter speed, right? So if I remove this now from this camera, if I snap or shoot this, I'm shooting based on the limits this camera has, ISO wise, aperture wise, shutter speed wise. There's a limit. And ISO wise, I cannot capture everybody here based on the light here is limited. The exposure is limited. I can't really like get the full view of everybody here, well lit, the way I'm seeing it from my own eye. And one funny thing is, the lens was built the way the human eye sees. So which means, to be a photographer or videographer, it's not about the equipment per se. It's about you, the creative. What do you have in your brain? What do you want to give birth to? So I say every creative as a god. God is a creative. I mean, on the 7th day rested, first day, that one. I don't know how your religious book, you know, depicted the entire thing. But there were days where he made humans, made animals, made that shit, and every other time. The 7th day, what? He rested. For creative, that resting day is for you to edit your picture or your video. So, back to the class. Now, sorry, I must have to break down for this. So, should you open it? I'll open it. So, now, you see this thing here. Now, when it comes to cinematography, you're going to have to deal with two types of camera functions. Have you heard of mirrorless camera before? What do you think mirrorless camera is? Sorry? No, I mean, if you know anything here, please say it. I like to be in a community of creative where somebody knows more than I do. Because I would also like to learn from you and know from where you're coming from. Because I started my photography and filmmaking skill from a depressing point of my life, where I wrote a suicide note, and I was ready to take my life. And then my manager saw it before I did. That was the only saving grace. If he didn't, I'll be dead. I mean, Snappcode is my friend for like 7 years now. And then there was not been any for him to say, what's up, let's do Snap Academy or one thing, I'll be dead. But then I see photography and filmmaking as a point where I connect with the world. I like to tell stories. I can be in my house, right? I sit on a seat, and I've imagined a 4-season movie in my head. I've written, directed, shot, edited, everything is in my head. As a creative, we all have that story. We all have that moment in our life where we imagine things in our head and wish it comes to life. So either in photography form or filmmaking form. And one of the goals of this class is to help you through the entire process. Either you intend to put your imagination on in photography, there's a way to do it effectively and communicate it effectively. Or if you like to film that thought in your head, you can do it very smoothly and very smart and concise. There's one thing to know how to use all the equipment. There's one thing to know how to articulate your thoughts into a script and then into a film. There are times when I'm writing a script and then when it comes to shoots. Sorry, Eric, can you go to my YouTube channel? Please. I'd like to show an example. Because I like to show, I'm not speaking theoretical, and I'm speaking practical. I've done films or commercials where I'm either the director or the cinematographer, the DP. Now, in this, there are linguas or registers I would use as a filmmaker that are not particular to a photographer. Not because they're not the same thing, but because the fields are just like different. So you get things like DOP, which means director of photography. Why is there photography in cinematography? It means that every basis of filmmaking comes from photography. Do you know what they call motion picture? Sorry? Yeah. In my class it's free. Just tell me what motion picture is. Anything, no matter how dumb you think definition, just tell me. What do you think motion picture is? Okay, cool. What that one? Anybody else wants to take a shot at what motion picture means? Stop motion, cool. What other thing? The entire thing is, can you scroll up please? So this is where I put my serious works and something like that. Scroll. So, cool, hold on. In filmmaking and videography, there has to be 3 things. The camera, the subject or the object, and the end result. Right. Now, the end result is determined by the first thing in place, which is what is the goal of what we are filming? Why are we shooting in the first place? Why are we here? Why are we recording? Why are we pressing? There are times I shot and I press record button and then it wasn't recording. And then I'm like, I'm good. Then 4 minutes into the shoot, I realized I didn't press record. How do you feel up for the lost 4 minutes or 4 seconds of the shot that you are filming? So it means that no matter how well you know the equipment, the camera, the technology, as a person, it falls back down to how creative you are to piecing images and scenes together. Which I'll tell you, to be a filmmaker, you have to be a very good liar. Yes. Because you're making things that are very unreal look real to the audience. How do I believe? Wait, how do I believe you all of you are here? You paid full money and you are full students. I don't know you're not fake. How? Tell me. I've not seen your payment received or anything, but I don't know you're not fake in this class. You took the risk. Now, risk is a very paramount thing in filmmaking. I don't like, in Nigeria, I filmed across like 4 continents, 4 countries, and it's not like once in a while. In Snappcode is the person that brought me to Nigeria, for the record. He shared a vision and a dream. I believed in it 2 years now, and I've not traveled in like a year. I'm still here because I really believe in what he's building as my friend. But then I filmed in the countries where this country called so I want to write this down. Something called guerrilla filming. Guerrilla. We are filming where there is no policy, law covering your operation. You're filming based on how you are acting. For example, to film in Ikeja Secretariat, you cannot fly a drone in Ikeja Secretariat effectively for 30 seconds or 30 minutes. It will drop. They'll drop it. I have a friend who he bought a new drone, 540K. Launched his drone for a burial ceremony that was happening. And then in less than 20 minutes, his drone came all the way down from the heights, and then boom, he had no control over it. That's because it was filming where there's no permits. Photography, you can shoot, just, you're done. They come and meet you, what are you doing? No, I filmed where they come to us from memory card before, don't format it. As a filmmaker, you take risk. You do things outside of the law because you have the love for telling stories. That's how you fact check, first of all, if the career path you are in or what you're trying to do is the right thing. How long are you willing to go for that shot? How are you going to get it? What is going to happen? You don't care, just shoot. That's what makes you a true filmmaker, because the laws, policies, and every single shit doesn't care whether you're creative or not. They don't care. You have to pay. In Lagos now, you pay Agbero boys 100K to shoot effectively a music video or whatever on Marina or Lagos Island. Why? So this class is just about learning how to handle the camera, set your subject, and shoot and go. It's about learning the business, dynamics, skills, tips, and tricks of how to evolve in this market called Nigeria. Because Nigerian market and media industry in Nigeria is 100% different from every single market abroad. In London, I can open my camera and shoot in Central London, Easton. No police will come and ask me why I'm shooting. They see me with the camera with the media guy, I'll let him go. That's fine. I cannot pick my camera and shoot in like if it's one or VI or somewhere on the island here or Shangotedu. And no boys will come out and tell me, Alpha boys, waiting there for boys. Like, do you understand? Do you understand? It happens every single time. And as a filmmaker, you need to understand these dynamics. You have to be intelligent. You have to be diplomatic to get what you want without even spending a dime from your pocket. And that means, as a filmmaker as well, you have to be an actor. Although, where's Snap? Is he here? Because if you were here, you would have told me to keep short, because this is like the integral part of this course. He doesn't want me to share. But I like to share this part because make sure you understand that filmmaking and photography is the same, but dynamics are really, really different. Why? Time duration. Photography, I need 5 minutes to take you 4 different angles, and we are good. Wide, medium, close up, extra wide, extreme close up, and we are good. You understand? I'm like, and we're good. But for video, there's a storyline, there's a script. I have to follow through. There's emotions. I have to take multiple takes. How do I do all those things with my equipment? Now you need to understand, as a filmmaker, what kind of camera is convenient with you. This is what you'll be learning from this class. So I'm doing an overview of what you will learn. In some classes, it might not be a tutor. It might be, where's Inans? Inans, where are you? Inans, please come. About.
to your YouTube. Something more channel.
Yeah, I'll play. Eric, please, my YouTube, please. Inans, why? So, I've worked in Inans. I was with Inans on a Flight Time Fest concert, and our goal was to edit every single thing happening at that event live. So there are guys that go to shoot. When Ashake Whiskey is performing, they bring the clip backstage. And I was lead editor, Inans was assisting me for that shot. And we were able to get every single performing artist live. Craig David, every single person as a performing, was shooting, editing live, and it was going. That's because we understood the fact that time is the important factor as a cinematographer. As a photographer, time might not be an important factor. Might be set, design, might be costume, makeup, and shit. But as a filmmaker, time is your number one enemy. You need to understand. Once you say I want to shoot, you have a script and everything ready. Time is your enemy. It stands and say, how far? You need to go anywhere. I did here. So you need to know how to like bypass, do all those things, and you have to be diplomatically intelligent as a person to scale through. Eric, can you scroll? So play this video. I don't know if there's a volume here, but play this one. There's no volume. There's a remote. Just do it from there. So I'll play this video and I'll ask you guys to guess how much we just shoot this video. I like to do a lot. Is there Bluetooth for this TV? Sorry, pause. Pause. Again, I'm beginning. Pause first. Has anyone seen this advert before? You have? Where else? You. Alright, play.
Congratulations on becoming a landlord. It's nice to meet you. Yes, I mean. I make sense. Give us something of value for the sake and consequence of our career. I invested in real estate when the opportunity came, even when it was not confident, and as a success story ready to share. You don't wait to buy real estate. You buy.
Pause. Now, on a particular day, I got a message from my boss at that time, and he said, Alpha, we're signing Kanayo, want an advert, and we sell real estate, so I need a script from you. Normally, as a filmmaker, as a cinematographer, that is not my duty. Because in this class, we want to understand every departmental person you need to have on set. Either you intend to become a DP as a career, which is director of photography, or you want to be a director at the long run, or you want to be like, there has to be a specific that you need to want to achieve at the end of the day. Because if you're going to be a photographer, you're going to be a photographer till the world is going to end. So like a million years from now, maybe, but you're going to be a cinematographer till you die. But think of it as a short-term game, but it's long-term. So what do you want to be? Do you want to be the script person, art direction person? And what's that direction? How will the classroom look like? What color? What frame? What art? What would the city look like? Imagine all the city is yellow. Would you be comfortable? Let's be honest. Like, it's all flashy everywhere. Like, you enter and then there's yellow, there's red, there's blue, there's black, there's color disruption everywhere, blah, blah, blah. You won't feel comfortable because some way, subconsciously, your mind as a creative would want to pick from things from environment and tell you, Alpha, Onike, this frame is not fine the way it is at all. Let's imagine you have OCD. And these things are used. You are fighting that. Straighten this shit. Make it straight and appropriate. But you can't tell anybody, but you're fighting with that struggle. But as a filmmaker, There's that liberty to shape the story according to how you feel it will, but don't just miss the point, communicating the end point. Now, sorry, Eric, can you please scroll to that particular video? So, okay, so we're still going to go back to stop motion because I've shot every single thing I can think of: burial, proposal, graduation, marriage rejection. Yes, I shot the proposal where the bride said no, she's not marrying the guy. I could not cut the video. I just left it in the hard drive. Nothing I can do. I'm not the husband. I'm just like the video guy. But then there are times where on every job it doesn't go as you plan. But I mean, this is my portfolio. So in this particular video, my job was to make this act and its known slogan or whatever it's known for to sync with the brand. Which means as a cinematographer, sometimes you get a brief from a friend and the brief is not exactly what you have worked with before. In which the simple trick, look for the personality of the person in charge, the star actor, the star, whatever it is. What's the personality? Then find an anchor point. What's an anchor point? An anchor point is the part where, if you're editing in film or Premiere Pro or whatever, you see what anchor point. Anchor point is what like says where your frame. Imagine it's a TV screen. This stuff inside is the image you shot. It's in the center, right? Right. Now anchor point is the center. Now imagine I move the anchor point to this side. It means center of this image is going to be here. That's what anchor point is. Anchor point is you're sitting now in your chair. Who is the science student here? 1. No science student here again. 2, 3, 4. You know what they call centripetal force? Centripetal force. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry, I taught jump for 3 years after school, so I know, I see like, I've like PTSD of what this is mean. So, as you say, your center of gravity sitting down with your ass on the chair. Because once I remove the chair, you fall down. Right? If you're standing and then I remove the floor from your feet, you fall. Because your leg and the feet, like this is the anchor point. So, if you have a footage, an image, or anything you've shot, where the entire effect takes control of the entire footage is called the anchor point. So imagine my anchor point being in the center, and I want to rotate this thing. How would you rotate? Everything will go like this, right? Now imagine my anchor point is on this side. Yeah, if I want to rotate, how would everything go? It will rotate from this angle, right? So anchor point is really important because as we continue with this shoot, I will talk about post-production, or my guys talk about editing and whatever. So anchor point is the one thing to know. Anchor point is the center of attack or center of gravity of your frame, where the entire weight is centered upon. Where if I make little adjustments, everything just goes to that angle. If I change, it goes again to that angle. So as a filmmaker, understanding composition, rule of thoughts, and every single shit, you know, I'm not going to repeat everything. Everybody, I can swear that everybody have watched YouTube in their life regarding photography or videography. So I'll not repeat everything you have read on those channels. No. When I was shooting this, for you to be a videographer or a cinematographer, you need to also have a bit of brand management knowledge. Most of the time, external brands will like hire you to shoot for them. How far? Hey, you are good. Want to shoot this advert for this company, blah blah blah, this and that. And then you can't just shoot because you just know about videography. You have to also be a brand manager, understand a bit about brand design, brand management from the other top. Brand management is just every brand has their mission and vision statements, which means that if you're shooting for them, it has to fall in line of what their vision and mission statement is. For example, if you're a video guy, you're a producer, video person, camera person, you shot a major project or a minor project with a phone before, and it flew, nobody corrected you, raise your hand, please. Or maybe 1 or 2 corrections. You, please come outside. Yes. So, what's your name? John. All right, so John has like John has a fresh food brand, makes parfait, makes salad, all those shit and all of that, and then his brand color is green and orange, and you have to shoot for him for his brand. Then I give you the brief. He has an office in Lekki Phase 1. He sells parfait, he sells salad, every single shit. I want to just film how each brand works. What would you do? Sorry. I understand that I started this class like a very professional. Like starting February 3rd, right? You get my family as because I'm a filmmaker. So you're like my cousins and brother and sister. Do you understand? So I want to be very interactive. Imagine you don't even know me before, you don't see me before at all, right? So I want you to follow him because it could be you in this state tomorrow. You're bound to just say, Alpha, come and shoot for me. What would you do? Because this is like how you break down from budgeting to know what to shoot, to know what camera to use, to know who to call on your project, and how you get the end result. This is what this entire class is all about. And this is an overview. I have a slide, but I tend to like move away from my slide because slide makes you guided. It doesn't allow you like experiment and like be broad. I like to be broad with my teaching. Hence, I'm like going off my slide. But he has a fresh food brand that does salad, parfait, and all of those things. How do you intend to work with that kind of brand? And his color is green and orange. And he calls and says, Alpha, bro, I have an ad down to shoot. Right? What can you do for me? He has no budget or whatever. But your budget is that every single job you get, you must get minimum 400K. How do you convince him that 400K is enough to shoot that advert for his one store? Yeah, and how do you like, yeah, just run me through. Be free with everybody here. Ignore their face cap and everything, and their wigs and everything. Everybody is learning. Even though I'm learning, you understand? So how do you like convince him? Because I want us to learn from this practical. He has a fresh food brand. Salad, parfait, all those things. How do you shoot his ad and convince him that 400K is the right amount you need? He's telling you he has 80K as budget. Now, most times, clients don't know what the cost is. Can my class be silent, please? Is there any issue? What's the issue? Oh, sorry, excuse me, please. No, ask the guy. That's the last guy that used it. Okay, take.